Hello again, YouTube. This is the truth, man. Giving you the truth. I was looking at some comments that I've been dialoguing with someone on YouTube. It's really his wife on his account, but she made me think of this very common and commonly used phrase: minding your own business. Okay. We gonna go deep into this minding your own business thing. When you should, when you shouldn't. Because a lot of people, and I probably will say this a couple times, are suffering in silence. And in some cases, the person is causing the suffering is big on mind your own business, mind your own business. Keep people out of our business. Keep people out of our business. Blah, blah, blah. So that the people won't know the exact behavior of this person. Because oftentimes the rat and the raccoon and the snake, especially the snake, likes to hide. Likes to hide. It also reminds me of a cat. Cats try to walk around like they perfect, like they don't do no wrong, but they be all in the bushes doing some of everything. But people use this mind your own business. And the person in particular was talking about Ayesha and Steph Curry. And I mentioned to the person, he said, and people should mind their own business. And I said, you can't always mind your own business. Sometimes people be needing help. People be needing someone to help them escape. So you can't always mind your own business. So I took some notes on this one. Let me get my yeah, I know I collect cash. It's money. That's what you're hearing. Let me get this out. Make sure my phone don't do what it did last time. So, looking at my notes, the first point I want to make is never let people suffer in silence. If you sense something, know when it's time to dig. Sometimes you got to dig. You can't always mind your own business. You got to dig. Because you don't know how the person is taking the issue or the problem. And you want the best for that person. You want that person to remain alive. You don't, like for instance, more than likely Robin Williams was suffering in silence. Like he just was suffering, like he would probably experience extreme anguish and wanna like do something to his ex-wives violently. And then other times he'll experience sadness. Then he experienced this, experience that. And I wonder, were people there for him, or did people even know? Did he keep his business to himself? And then we heard about what he did. Now it's speculation, like it's all types of alleged claims. But more than likely, he just got tired of paying all those women that alimony. That's common sense, like almost to who wants to see checks for millions and then see these people that they didn't get along with, they not doing nothing with, no more getting all of it. That some guys won't handle that right, I'm telling you. And this is why I say you can't always mind your own business. Now, when you dig, you need to find out what the other side of the story is. It's always two sides to a story. Whether it's me, whether it's you, it's always two sides to every story. And when you finding out the two sides to the story, find out which details are important which are non-important, which details are pure emotion, which details are actual fact and necessary. So, here's what we learned from slavery about marriage. Clearly those slave wives, they were bad too, but they almost had a twisted understanding of what their role was. In a sense, in some ways they were doing right, in some ways they were wrong. Because again, even with the slave wife, she can't just mind her own business. Now, the man, now listen to this. This is some of my notes I took. The slave wife knew that the man was the massa. And here's the thing. Why was the divorce rate so low with all the cheating that was going on during slavery times? Again, that's that twisted understanding of what a wife's role is. Probably because slavery time was full of open marriages without being coined open marriage. But like I say, the women were like, they were reading the Bible. Like they say that a lot of the slave wives were quote unquote Christians, which that should be a deterrent. But anyway, that's probably why they took that approach in some ways. Reading them Bibles. Now, next point I want to make. If you don't desire to help someone, don't listen or inquire about their business. This is when you need to mind your business. Mind your own business. If you don't want to help a person, then that's when you're being a busybody. Like a person's intentions have to come into play before you can call them a busybody. Like if a person looks at, like let's say what Ayesha Curry said, and they make videos about marriage and how a woman is supposed to think and this, that, and the other, and they're trying to help people, that's not bad. Like that's not a time where they should mind their own business, because people need to understand, if they have a twisted understanding of marriage and they looking for love and all of this, and some people are extremely emotionally fragile and they just want, their intentions are good. Like my young son, his intentions are good when it comes to women. But I have to often remind him what's out here, you know what I mean? Like you say, well, you stay out of his business, he grown up. No, I shouldn't. That's my son. And I'll be doggone if I let these wayward old H's create problems for him and not say anything about it, just try to stay out of his business. So again, if you don't desire to help someone, don't listen or inquire about their business. This is one of the times you should mind your own business. Now, I wrote this down. I'm going to read it because I was just writing. Like my thoughts were coming on paper. I know people like this. They will ask you financial questions, but they will be very guarded about their own financial situation. They subtly trying to be in your business. These are the type you need to keep out of your business. You don't know any of their business and they are not going to help you. So don't tell them any of your business. Make them stay out of your business, because there's a lot of people like that. You don't even know how many cars they got. You don't even know what their assets are. But yet they always ask you, how much did that pay? How much did that pay? Let me just ask you a question. How much you made? No. You know I am the debate champion of the world. So you trying to get an angle if me and you get into another debate down the line. That's all that is. So these are the type of people you need to keep out of your business. Again, like I said, you don't know any of their business and they're not going to help you. So don't talk too much with these. Like, this is the type of stuff they do. This type of stuff they do. You listen close enough, you know that their marriage ain't perfect. And you think like, why ain't he ever around his wife? But then, like, okay, let's say you was talking about a minor disagreement that's not even major. Like, let's say it was a minor disagreement on, let's say, what type of, which I wanted to eat. Or these are the type that now that he knows that you had a minor disagreement about food or about this or about that or about whether or not you should move, relocate, or this, that, and the other. Now, his wife is all of a sudden perfect. Like, his marriage is all of a sudden perfect. These are the people you got to keep out of your business. Because if you tell them the truth, then y'all just going to have a meaningless argument, conflict. These are also the type that if you get into a dialogue or debate with them, they will try to bring up stuff you should not have told them. And sometimes you should keep people out of your business and mind your own business. I'm not saying in this video you should never mind your own business. I'm saying that if it's a person that's, okay, let's say this is when you should, hopefully you can find somebody to confide in. If you dealing with somebody to try to hide the little evil, sinister things they do, you should try to confide in somebody. Like, let's say you at work, and let's say you have one of those micromanaging supervisors. That I used to work this job. One reason why I liked it this job was because my department, if you was against one of us, you was against all of us. Now, I ain't talking about people ganging up on people, stuff like that. But, like, if you like, tried to get this person to do extra and go beyond because for whatever your sinister reasons was, that person can go to anybody in the group and confide and get what they should do. That's how that job was. And they couldn't break us. So, I ain't gonna lie, I was the leader. I was the ringleader. So we did this. This is what we did. I said, okay. We was all standing in the hall. We was caught up on our work and stuff, standing around talking. I said, y'all know what we need to do? Because the supervisor, I had gotten to an argument with the supervisor because she was trying to act like we should be glad at how much we made for the work we were doing. And I told her, looking at the work that other people do in other workplaces, to do less work or the same, and they make X amount, we are underpaid. So she trying to argue with that. I said, you know what? It don't even make sense to argue with her. We need to set up a meeting with human resources. That's what I said. And we voiced our concern. Human resources didn't get back to us right away. So I got tired of going back and forth with the supervisor, so I quit. They got their meeting with human resources. But now, it's like nobody was talking. Because a couple people had quit. And like the bomb was breaking. But when we were all there, like something would happen between one of the supervisors and this person, they'd just go around talking about it. And they would get back on track to do their job. Like people was encouraging them. this, that, and the other. Like, we had a tight bond, and we didn't even make that much. But our Christmas parties, man, we had a smorgasbord of food. And wasn't nobody too funny acting to eat people's stuff. So sometimes you can't mind your own business because a person may need your help. And you may, if you always the type to try to mind your own business, you're going to be like a useless person, because what if you the only person that person trusts to confide in and get the wisdom that they need to do better in whatever situation they have? And you one of them people, I just believe in minding my own business, man. You know, I mind my own business. You useless, man. You what's wrong with the United States? Sometimes you gotta snitch. Sometimes you gotta voice protest. Sometimes you gotta get in the midst. But you politically correct people, you cancel culture people, all of y'all don't know how to use this method of knowing when to mind your own business and when not to. Next point I want to make, people will push the mind your own business envelope when they have misbehaviors or they say something dumb. Case in point, Ayesha Curry. Talking about, like I said in my other video, she talking about, and I'm gonna try to finish this in like 7 minutes. She talking about, don't disrespect my marriage. You disrespected your marriage. You acted like Steph Curry is not good enough by himself. And because it's getting reported on, now you want everybody to mind their own business. So you can present that false image of you in the kitchen with the little apron on, but you really in a bikini and pose nude. See? Nothing against Ayesha Curry. Nothing against you, Ayesha Curry. If you see this, it's just people will respect you more and you will respect yourself more if you be more of the person that you really are. And when people don't agree with you, still be that person that you want to be. Now, the next thing I would say is test the waters. If a guy is coming to you about his wife, ask him, what do you think you do wrong in your marriage or finance? This is how you keep it balanced out. This is how you could possibly help him if his situation can be helped, whether it be finances, marriage, whatever the case may be. Now he said, let's say he said, I don't show enough affection. That don't count. Because with marriage, you gotta go from Bible. Like that wasn't a requirement with men other than the first year of marriage. That's what they were supposed to do in the first year of marriage, according to the scripture. Supposed to stay at home for a year, this, that, and the other. Now this don't apply to working men. Like working men, sometimes the best thing you could do, if he done been fighting, battling, had a hard day at work, is just get out of his way. Don't start nagging him. You're going to create hostility, resentment. Because in his mind, if he a smart guy, he going to be looking at it like, I done battled all these people, and now I got to come home and battle her. And he going to start thinking of the process of elimination. He's probably more than likely going to eliminate the job and her. Because a smart guy ain't going to want to spend all his time in conflict. So, like I said, no. This is not an answer. You looking for, okay, how much is enough affection? How much? Like I say, especially for a man who works. No. Remember, women were created to aid and assist the men, not to get affection. Remember the original? Adam was put in the garden to till. Eve was put in the world to help Adam. But people get away from that because people, like, so I heard somebody, I was watching a video, She said, and she was asking why is it required for her to submit. And she said, and don't bring up the scriptures. That just shows she's evil. She wanna exclude the scriptures out of relationships. She's evil. And if this is your wife, like she don't have to be the most spiritual person, because I'm a prophet and I don't even know everything about what the Most High is gonna do and what He's saying. I know a lot. I know way more than most people, but He don't show anybody everything. So if she's trying to take away the Bible, then that's not a wife anyway. This subject, we could be like in court. This meeting is adjourned. This meeting is adjourned. Minding your own business. Like usually anything that you try to do and you try to just exclude the Bible, like I'm gonna exclude you. Because you can't exclude the Bible. You just can't. Like you could choose not to agree with it, but he says, okay, let's say, look, let me give you that. Let's say a guy told his friend in a situation like, I lose too much money gambling. That guy, he could be like, I'm going to stay out of his business. But he shouldn't. His approach should be, okay, then you need to plan it out. You need to give us some type of advice. Only play what you can afford to lose, or don't play at all. Learn not to play, or something like of that nature, or plan it out. Anything. But if it's a problem, you can't always mind your own business, man. You just can't. That's what's wrong with the world. People have not mastered the art of when to stay out of somebody's business and when not to. And when to, okay, if you try to help somebody, they say, man, get out of my business, man. But they came to you, that's the end of it. Leave them alone. That's when you mind your own business. That's another situation where you mind your own business. We were not created to mind our own business. We were created to mind the Most High's business and to help each other. Now, I'm finna give you some questions, and I want you to think about it within yourself, whether or not you should mind your own business in these situations. You have a friend that tells you they are lonely. Should you mind your own business? You know someone who has the appearance of low self-esteem. Should you mind your own business? You believe someone is suffering from depression. Should you mind your own business? You believe your brother's wife is cheating on him. Should you mind your own business? You know your best friend, you know him since kindergarten, girl is cheating. And she masquerading what you looking at, why you looking at it, she trying to dominate him. Do you mind your own business? I fell out with one of my good friends over this. When he caught one of my ex-girlfriends, I was thankful. Flirting around, doing this, doing that. He came and told me. I confronted her. But when I was doing it to him, it seemed like he was taking it the wrong way. First, his first kid's mother, man, why does it seem like I got a hair in my nose or something? Found out some stuff about her, told him, led to this, led to that. He ended up fighting a guy. I ended up jumping in it because he wasn't winning. But then he had another girl. He was in love with her even more. I worked with the guy that she just want it. So I told him, now tell him what you was telling me. Because he had talked about the girl before. But then, in the future, my ex-friend started dating the girl, started going with her, and wanted to marry her. After I told him that, like, he was so disappointed, he basically moved to a whole nother city, stopped dealing with melanated women, and that was his prerogative. But, you know, the rest was history. We not friends no more. He unfriended me on Facebook and everything over something that I said. Now, if you choose to be friends with somebody on Facebook and they giving their opinion about something, you don't unfriend somebody because you don't agree with them and it's like just something, their own experience. They're sharing their experience and you don't like the way they share it, so you unfriend them. That's that weak stuff, man. That's that weak stuff. So, more questions. Your best friend is homeless. Do you mind your own business? He ain't got to live with you. But do you mind your own business and just stay completely out of it? That's your best friend. He won't be, if you mind your own business and he know he can help you, he gonna look at you different. He know you can help him. He gonna look at you different after that. Your kid is on harmful drugs. Do you mind your own business? Your kid is hanging out with the wrong crowd. Do you mind your own business? Your mother or father is addicted to, we'll just call them, harmful substances. Do you mind your own business or do you confront them? Just that's your parent. That don't mean you don't confront them. You don't mind your own business in situations like this. It's just not right for you to do so. Your cousin's ex-wife ran away with his kids and you know where she is. He close to his kids. Do you mind your own business? Okay. A wannabe street thug kills a good kid trying to do all the right things in life. He kills him out of jealousy or for some lame reason. You was the only witness. You the only one that saw it. Do you mind your own business? Couple more and I'm close. Usually long. A community terrorist does a drive-by and kills a 5-year-old. You know somebody who saw it or you saw it. Do you mind your own business? Your supervisor is showing favoritism and mistreating employees who don't kiss up to her. She created problems for you. You quit the job. And she still is a problem, and the person asks you for your input. Do you mind your own business? Now, y'all know good and well I done already proved you can't always mind your own business. Sometimes people be needing help. Sometimes people be needing to get put in their place. Sometimes people be needing to get exposed. The situations change. It's dismissive. And like I said, a lot of people want you to mind their own business, your own business, when they got skulls in their closet. When they got skulls in their closet, they want you to mind your own business. And I'm not saying the person I was talking to, because I don't know her. But I'm saying, like, in generally speaking of all people, a lot of times I've noticed that people be always big on that when they trying to get away with something, when they want somebody they like to get away with something, so on and so forth. You can't always mind your own business, man. It's not even always feasible. Sometimes you just got to put people in their place and expose them. and wayward women were put here to help men till the land, why would you protect them? These ungrateful women, you know how many women are homeless? You know how many women would actually submit to a man, but they don't have one? They struggling through life financially, struggling through life. They live in neighborhoods, they scared, can't move out. And then you got people like these celebrities who be having guys, they be knowing what these guys are doing. Sometimes they don't even do nothing. Then you have regular everyday people who have, maybe they married to a truck driver. He taking care of home, he keeping food on the table. You know, he ain't rich, but he doing all right. You watching all these rich athletes and rappers, giving them their props while you disrespect your husband. And then these the ones that say, I think people should just mind their own business. You don't want people to expose how you disrespecting that hard-working man. That's what it is. Guys be slaving at night, and some dude got your wife by her sides, annihilated. And of course, she's gonna say, "But people just need to stay out of my business. They always assuming stuff." Take a lie detector test. I ain't taking no lie detector test. This is his baby. It's his baby. He ain't got it in 96 days, but it's his baby. You ain't did. I think you forgot. You ain't did nothing with him. Now I know I'm speaking prophetic. I be knowing when I'm speaking prophetically. Somebody I ain't never even seen. You know you ain't did nothing with that man for over 3 months. And you trying to say that's his baby? Guys, whoever I'm talking to with this, I don't care if it's World War III, get a paternity test. Because while you was at work, while you was over the road, one of y'all was over the road. The other one just works third shift. Your wives were getting it in. It's not your baby. In fact, this is what you do, guys. Secretly keep track of her menstrual cycle. I wish I could go into details of how you know those days that she can have. Because I know, but I can't talk about it on here because they're going to censor me. Her body does a certain thing in a certain way during those days where you really have to be especially careful. So, get a paternity test. You two guys I'm talking to, you're a truck driver, your wife came up pregnant, and she don't even be doing nothing with you like that. And when she did, it wasn't her cycle. It wasn't her ovulation cycle. And you, the other guy, you third shift. Your wife literally waits till you goes to work and be getting it in. We're just gonna say, you hear it from the prophet. You hear it from the prophet. And even if YouTube try to censor this, I hope you don't, YouTube. Come on now. Let me help these people. Give me the impressions. Because I know the people I'm talking to is going to click on this video and they're going to watch it. Get the test. Even if your wife is very combative and confrontational, sometimes you might not even, don't even tell her you're getting it. Just, baby gets old enough, say, I think I'm going to take the kid for a walk in the stroller. Put the stroller in the car, put her in the car seat or him, drive right to the clinic and take a DNA test. Like, I would like to get a DNA test on me and my son, daughter. Tell them, can you keep the results confidential? And if you find out it ain't yours, make sure you let me know in the comments of a future video that you was talking to me. And leave. Don't take care of them. I heard a story about Neo. How Neo tried to stay and he ended up paying child support. And he already knew the kid wasn't his. Don't do that. You gotta get cutthroat. Move on. Get you somebody better. Learn from your mistakes. And mind your own business. Speaking of this, if you know somebody had got a baby they claiming is not theirs, you need to figure out a way to get this known to them, man or woman. And I'll see you on the next video, because this video done went long and it's 8:43 a.m. I really meant to get started already. But thanks for watching. This is The Truth, man. The channel is the No Matrix, No Simping, all subjects channel. There is no simping. There's no simping. Minding your own business sometimes is Matrix. You got to know when it is, when it ain't. I'll see you on the next video.